I randomly came across this thing called a squig from a game called Warhammer 40k, and I was struck by how similar they looked to the Slogs of Oddworld. I don't know a lot about Warhammer, but I think it's like one of those sort of board game things where you have to buy models and paint them and all that sort of thing in order to play it. I'm not really a fan of those types of games. I don't like the way, you just sort of have to inherently, just by the nature of it, need to spend so much on it to play it. I mean, if people enjoy it, then fair enough, but like I've just read on Wikipedia that apparently a new player can expect to spend at least £300 to assemble enough materials for a proper game. So I'm not a particular fan of games that are designed like that, just personally, it's just my opinion. I sort of think, especially with the virtualness of games that you have now, it's not really necessary. There doesn't really seem to be a good reason for why you would need to get these models and all that in order to play it. But whatever, as I said, a lot of people seem to enjoy it, so fair enough. I think there's actually a Warhammer game shop near where I live. I think I went in there once because there's this hot girl behind the counter and I asked her what all this was or whatever, and then I left after like 2 minutes because I didn't know what else to say and I was worried I was going to feel pressured into buying something. Anyway, so I randomly came across some pictures of some Warhammer models, and when I saw one of the pictures I was like, hey, those look like Slogs from Oddworld, and I was told that they're not Slogs, they're called Squigs. And I just want to make a video about this because I'd never heard of them before, but I just found their resemblance to the Slogs so uncanny. They're so similar, it's amazing. Now I'm not doing this to try and say, oh look, one copied the other or anything like that, I just found it interesting is all. I did, just out of curiosity, try to do some research to try to work out which one did come first, because potentially one might have inspired the other. Although I personally doubt that, I think it's just a coincidence. And from my research, I think the squig came first, but I'm not entirely certain. It just fascinates me the way the similarities between them are. I mean, they're both savage red beasts, primarily consisting of 2 strong legs and a very large mouth. They're both pets of green enemies, from what I gather. The Slogs, of course, with the Sligs, and the Squigs with, get this, the Odd Boys. Odd Boys is apparently the name of an enemy that keeps Squigs as pets to use in battle. How about that? Both Slogs and Squigs have white yellowish claws, and they even have this, I call it a crown thing on their head, with the points. Their teeth are even the same colour, same size, same positioning, like how the ones on the bottom seem to stick out more, be more spaced out and are bigger and that sort of thing. Even their name, Squigs, it sounds like something straight out of the Oddworld games. It sounds like it could be the cousin of the Sligs or something. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a name they considered for something in the Oddworld games. Although the name Slig is a mixture of slug and pig, if I recall correctly, whereas Squig is apparently just short for squiggly beast. And another similarity is that Slogs and Squigs both come in various sizes and there's different types of them. Now obviously I'm literally just pointing out the similarities, there's blatantly a ton of differences between them and all that, like Squigs have eyes for example. I don't think Slogs do. I'm just saying the things that make them both resemble each other because I simply think the resemblances were really funny. So yeah, that was basically the Squigs of Warhammer compared to the Slogs of Oddworld.
Hello, follow me.